Hello everyone, my name is Sven and I would like to give you a short introduction into Central Station CRM today, um, to make the start a little bit easier for you. Central Station CRM was basically developed by us a couple of years ago in Germany with our intention was to make a CRM which is very easy to use and which is especially made for small companies. If I talk about small companies, I mean companies with like 10, maybe 20 users, sometimes only one or two. So this was basically our situation we were in before with a couple of people in a small consulting company, and we found that none of the existing CRM systems in the market really fitted our needs, and was all of them were way too complicated. So Station CRM is basically the answer. It's very slim, very lean, very easy to use. And what else you will see if you start using Central Station CRM? You will only need a web browser. So there is no installation, no download process or anything. All the data is stored in our on our servers in the south of Germany, and this means you have access to this data from all over the world. All you need is your web browser. You open your URL, which is pretty much your company.centralstationcrm.net, and then you will find a login screen where, as soon as you signed up, have a login screen for your email address and your password, and then you can log in and start working. So it's really as easy as pie. Um, this has, of course, the advantage. It doesn't matter if you start using it from your desktop at home or from your mobile on your way to work or from wherever. As soon as you log in, you are working always with exactly the same data, so it's on one central spot. That's why it's called Central Station. We see it as a metaphor, as a symbol for where all lines get together and all information is stored. Okay, so when you start with Central Station CRM and you log in, you will find yourself on the status page. This means here in this, on the wrong account. Give me 1 second. This one is in German. You don't want a German account. You want an English account. There we are. In this on this status page, you'll find all the activities which have been, or which happened during the last days or weeks in your company, and all details like emails, notes, tasks, which contacts are new in your CRM systems, which appointments have been made, all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of a new stream similar to what you might know from Facebook, LinkedIn, um, etc. Before I go now with you through every different function or feature, I think we make it easier by using a little story or case study, because it's way easier to follow this, I think. Um, Imagine you are an expert, a speaker from the automotive industry, and you are holding a lecture somewhere at a conference, and afterwards a visitor comes and approaches you to and or asks you basically to hold such a speech in his company, because he's from an automotive company with like 200 people working there, and he thinks it might be very helpful for his team to hear a similar speech to get your insights from the industry. And you say, okay, perfect, yeah, sure, I could do that. You can book me for a speech like that, and you agree like maybe to do this in October or so, and that you promise this guy to get back to him during the next week for to send some details like a certain date or information material or whatever. So what he does, he gives you his business card, and you at the evening or next day you sit in your hotel or your office and you have his business card, and first need to enter this dates or this contact into the CRM system. So what you're gonna do, you go to the contacts tab. So here on the left side you always see the kind of overview tabs, while on the right hand side you find functions where you can become active, so you can do something like add a contact, add a company, add tasks, stuff like that. But first, now we go to the contact page. We could have started from status page, same procedure, and you go to add contact. There you can enter the contact detail, name, contact details, all that data from this guy who came up to you. Let's say his name is Jack Sandler. As soon as you enter Jack or John or whatever, you'll see that here pops up a little Mister. If you're not don't agree with this because the name, maybe it's Francis or something, it comes up it's a Mister, but you know this person is a woman, you can always click in here and change it to Mrs. or whatever. Okay, so there's no title. We say it's his own company, Sandler Cars Limited, and he's the CEO. Phone number is 12345, etc. His email could be Jack Sandler at Sandler minus cars minus limited.co.uk. So make it a little bit more complicated, but when we send him an email, he doesn't really get one. So okay, so this will be his web page, and now I enter his address. Let's say he lives in 42 London Road in, I don't know the exact zip code, I think it's HA, yeah, 7? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so you pick the address. It's on office headquarter, which is fine when we think this is the headquarter. If it's just a subunit, you can always switch to office or of course private or whatever. The reason it's on headquarter or why it's important is because we now use this address as well for the company, not just for the person. So later on, when you add more contacts and more people working at this company, you do not even have, or you don't have to fill in this address anymore. Okay, you could use his birth date or something, but I'll skip that part for later. And now I have this little field here about this contact, which can be used to give some background information. Very helpful for your colleagues, your workmates, because when they have to call this person, it's much easier if you have a little bit of a background. You know what kind of guy this is, how you can approach someone. You have maybe a topic to talk about, a little starting point. Right. Okay, I save this. And now I'm on the page of Mr. Jack Sandler. Underneath his title and with the link his company. On the right hand side we find all the details I filled in. So his contact details, his address, his little background. On the left hand side here in this part, we will develop during this little video I'm doing, we will basically fill the history of this person. The contact in history here is where all the customer relationship will be placed. Okay, hope this was correct English, but I think you know what I mean. The next thing I want to show you is how to categorize some contacts, because it makes it much easier to find them afterwards when you don't remember the name or when you are working on a certain project which might be important for Mr. Jack Sandler, like an event from the automotive industry, where Mr. Jack Sandler could be a potential customer. Okay, to categorize or filter your contacts, you use tags in Central Station CRM, and you can click here on a person's page on Add Tags. Here you find already a couple of tags which I wrote here later earlier, but you can also add more new ones. So if you say it's he's not a customer yet, he's a potential lead. So you just fill it in, click the enter button, and now this person has the tag lead. And I will also use automotive as he's from the automotive industry, and because he's asking for a speech, I click on speech. I close that. And now when I go to the overview tab to contacts, you see exactly the same tags I was using before here on the right hand side, and I can use them to filter as when I click here on automotive, I see two contacts which have been tagged but with this word before, and I can also combine it with a zip code, or I could combine it with different tags. So this makes it much easier to create a very specific target group for a newsletter, for example. So you don't have to send your newsletter regarding certain, I don't know, food topics to all people from the automotive industry, but to the people from the food industry. So it makes it much better targeted, and the conversion rates will be way better, and you don't annoy people as much. Absolutely helpful. Okay, so I can now disable this filter again and go back to my contact, Mr. Sandler. I can now here find him somewhere, but I use the search line up here, and I enter Sandler, and you see straight away I do not even have to fill in all the letters. As soon as I have 4 letters, all the possibilities show up. Here's Jack Sandler, the contact, the person, and his company right underneath. If I want to search all mails and notes and stuff for a certain term, I use search notes, task, and more. But now I want to go right to his page, to Jack Sandler, so I click on that one. I'll go back to his page. The next step I want to show you is how to leave a note on his page, like a short notice, maybe where you met this person or what are the planned next steps. Therefore, you can just click in here to add a note or attach a file. Here I can enter my text. Mr. Sandler seemed very interested, wanted to book a speech for October this year. The date should be fixed by May to prevent conflict with the summer holidays and stuff. Okay, and now I could also add here I could add some file if I wanted, like an Excel file, a Word, a PDF or something. And what I will do now is I'll also click here on and tick the name of my colleague Axel von Leitner. This is because now he will be informed about this little note, and not just that. I will save that. But afterwards, if I do something like this again, like click in here, his name will already be chosen, because from now on I say this person is is an interesting contact for my colleague. So as soon as I now enter a note, drop a note here, or write an email or stuff like that about everything like this, he will be informed. Like like Axel will be informed, my workmate. So I can forget about all these CC emails and stuff, because I don't have to worry about that anymore. When there's anything happening in the CRM system regarding Mr. Jack Sandler, my colleague will be informed. We send an email, or the system sends an email, I think about half an hour later after you filled in or you wrote the note or the email. We wait for 30 minutes because maybe you do more than one note or email or task or something, and we don't want to send for every single one an email, because it's kind of annoying. So we wait and gather them a bit together, and then send one email with like 5 bullets saying, okay, there was a note, there is a task, and there's another email and stuff. Okay, so from there on, I think, like I said, here this date for the speech should be fixed by May, but I don't want to do that on my own. I want my colleague Axel to do this. So what I do now, I add a task just here by clicking on add a task, and I enter here, please coordinate the date of the speech with Mr. Sandler. I don't want to do this in now, but like I said, in May, so I click on May, and let's say it's the 11th, and I'm not doing this by myself, but he shall do it. And I think here, not just in general, I think he should call him. So I give him a call and say, or like the attribute call, and I save it. So now my colleague will get an email saying, okay, you have a new task. Please call Mr. Sandler to coordinate the day of the speech. To check that, you can always go on tasks, on the tasks overview up here. Now there's nothing because it's just my task and I don't have any so far. But I can filter tasks, and if I go to delegated tasks or just to the tasks of my workmate Axel von Leitner, and I see here Jack Sandler, please coordinate, so I can find this task in his task overview. Okay, going back to Mr. Jack Sandler. Now I see, okay, obviously my colleague Axel already found or got the note for the I wrote a couple of minutes before, and he commented and said, great, thanks for the details, I'll take care. So what you see here is now you have a kind of a collaborative attempt, like you can now have a very transparent way of taking care of this client, and everyone who will maybe talk to Mr. Sandler on the phone or so, it just needs to add his name in here, comes to this page and sees straight away what needs to be done or what has been done before. So he knows, oh, okay, so Sven talked to him, oh, he knows him from the Cartag conference, oh, okay, he wants a speech in October, oh, okay, Axel is taking care of it, okay, he will call him in May. Okay, and so straight away anyone in your company could answer the phone saying, oh, hey Mr. Sandler, good you're calling. Axel, or my colleague Axel van Leitner will call you in May to fix the date for the speech in October, um, and you can give a proper answer without without knowing this person or having anything to do with it, just only by going to his page or to this contact in the CRM system. Right. Okay. What's next? Next will be let's send Mr. Sandler an email. We can easily do that just by clicking on his mail address. You see, when I do this here, when I click here, my mail program opens a new mail. In this case, it's Apple Mail, but this is only because this is my standard mail program. You can use Gmail, you can use Microsoft Outlook, you can use Apple Mail, Thunderbird, whatever. Depends what's the standard email program for your computer, that one will open. Okay, so now what I will do, I will send this person an email, and as you can see, the email address in the top field, which is now in German saying an, but this is like the to field, um, is the correct email address you clicked on before, and in the blind copy field you see another email address, which is a bit weird looking. It's a mixture of my last name as well as some numbers and CentralStationCRM.net, the URL domain name. This email address is very important because this makes sure that the email doesn't only get to Mr. Jack Sandler, but it as well gets to the CRM system, because you have your personal CRM email address. This is mine here. And now when this email comes to our system, what the system does, it just compares the email addresses, and if this address up here is known, or because you already put it in your contacts here and it's in the system, we just drop the email here. So this is a very, very easy way of getting your mail in your CRM system. So now when I send it, you'll see it just only takes a few seconds, and afterwards I can just renew this page. Hang on, I think it's not out yet, is it? No, it's not out yet. Normally I always get a little sound when the email leaves. Just see, it's still out. Yes, okay. So now there it is. Okay, you see the little envelope symbol and you have the email. Of course, you say when Mr. Jack Sandler answers, he will not write to the CRM system. Absolutely true. So what you have to do is just forward your incoming email to this address I showed you before. You'll find this address in your settings. So you go here up to this little wheel to My Settings, and here you find this email address, your individual email Dropbox for contacts. So it's for people and companies as well. This one you better just save in your mail account as a new contact, like CRM system. So you only have to write CRM, and your email client will normally automatically autofill or fill up the rest of the email address, so you don't have to remember all the letters and the correct spelling and stuff. Okay, so this way you can very easily get all the data together, and not just that, you can also share it with your colleagues, because what you can do now is, of course, now we have I'm working here in this one kind of alone. What I can do is I can add new users, like my colleagues. Therefore, I go back to the settings, but not to my settings, but account settings. In here, this is only a part you can see when you are the account owner, so the admin of the account or the one who opened it. Here you can choose your plans, smaller, bigger. You can change the URL or the name of the account, edit custom fields, all that sort of stuff, billing infos, and so far and so on. But you can also add users right up here. Manage users, add users. In here you can enter the name and the email address of the one you want to add to the system, to your CRM, and you click on add user. The person will receive an email, click on a link, will give him or herself a password, and from there on can work with this CRM, and you can both, or with several people, share your data and all the leads and contacts in this CRM system, which makes it very, very effective and easy. Okay, so this way you can add new users. When you go back here, you can also change user rights or deactivate a user. Change user rights means normal user can't export data or not delete any data. You can change this right because sometimes it's necessary for certain people to, for example, go to contacts, say, okay, I'll click on automotive. Maybe there are now 200 of them, and then you can say, okay, give me all the filtered contacts and export them as an Excel file or something. Or if you want to use it for your newsletter provider, or you want to see send an postal invitation or something. So therefore you have to export contacts, and this is only allowed for people who have extended rights. That's why we show this here in the account settings. Okay, the next step I want to show you is how to import new contacts, because what we did now, we did it by hand, so just a single contact, but you can also add a contact, not with singularity or singularly, I hope. You can also import it, for example, as Vcards, which are the card files you get from Outlook, from Apple Contacts, certain social media programs and stuff. They use the ending .vcf. You can upload them here and just clicking on that, and then browse on your computer and upload and import them. The next is here you can use Excel files. So here you decide if it's an Excel file only with persons and related companies, or just companies. So I say, okay, I want to take one with both. I browse here and check this. First I think I'll show you how one of these files could look like. Hang on. So that would be an example. So it's just the salutation, name, first name, the company name, phone number, email address, and all that stuff. So very easy. Only what's important is it should be an XLS file, not an XLSX file, for example. This is the format which can be created by any sort of spreadsheet program, like Google Spreadsheets, Microsoft Excel, Google Apple Numbers, whatever. So it doesn't really matter. All of them can create XLS files. So this is the right one to use. And here, yes, everything here I think is pretty much self-explaining. So I close that one, browse here, I did that already before, and I choose the one I want to import, click on import, and on upload. The next step is if some rows are not recognized by the system automatically, I can just do this by hand. Here for mobile, probably it's mobile phone or something. Oh no, it's actually quite similar. I choose phone mobile and the zip code. It's probably something like a postal code or so. Yeah, there we are. So this one here is postal code in the CRM system. Now everything is green, it's fine. I could also say here the first one, please ignore this if I don't want to import a certain uh, line in my or row in my Excel file. I click finish import, and this whole import will be processed in the background, so you can keep working. And now with only a couple of contacts, this will be quite quick. As soon as I go to contacts here, you see, oh, okay, we finished your import and imported 6 entries. But a short note on duplicates, we are checking and we found already a couple of people in your account. And what we did is we tagged them with the tag duplicate. Okay, so yeah, that's true because I imported exactly the same list before. Now if I go here to D, like duplicate, and I click on that one, you see, oh, okay, all of them double. So I imported them twice. I can import now merge them very easily just by choosing them and clicking on merge right above the contact. It says, you really want to merge them? Yes, I want to merge them because I'm 100% sure they're not just they don't have just the same name, they're working in the same company, have the same phone number, same email address, they are 100% duplicates. So I say merge contacts. Okay, and then we sum up all the information from both contacts. So if you have one with a private phone number and one with an official office number, the new contact will have both. So you don't need to worry that anything will be deleted. We'll keep everything and just gather it together in the new one contact. So that's an easy way to do this. If you want to do it for the whole account, you can also do this. I can show you very quick here in the account settings. This is just something not everyone can do, like again, so it's just only the account owner who could do this. And you go find merge doublets, and when you run it, you say, okay, what kind of doublets we search for? Okay, it's identified by email and last name, which is the safest way. If you leave this little tick in here, we will as well do only a preview, give you a preview with the tag duplicate. When you take it out, we will merge them. That's why it's asking, you're really sure it should be, all of them should be merged because it can't be undone? Yes, in this case I'm sure. I click on do it. It's the same, it will be processed in the background and I can keep working. If this, so here you see, okay, we found and merged 4 doublets. Perfect. If this was somehow too quick or you can't remember each and everything I showed you now in the last 45 minutes, you will find pretty much everything in here in the orange button on the right hand side in the top. When you when you enter a word like duplicates, it shows you exactly how to merge duplicates automatically or individual duplicates. So very easy. You'll find a lot of stuff in here in this FAQ or help section. If you can't find it, just drop us a short message. Here you find a link short message. If you click on that, you'll get to a quick editor, and you can leave us a note here, as well as send us some files, like some screenshots or something, to um, explain the situation or the problem you might have, and we will get back to you very quick. We're normally answering this kind of questions in within a couple of minutes. Okay, so I hope this helped you a little bit and gave you a short overview about Central Station CRM. If yes, please try as much as you like. Of course, the first time is free using Central Station CRM anyway, and we have normally very fair contract details and to plan details. So there's no problem. Just try as much as you like. You can't really destroy anything if yes, or if you did do anything which you think consider which was wrong. Just ask us and drop us a quick email, and we see how we can help. Apart from that, we're always happy to hear from you, how you get along with Central Station CRM. You also find all the news and stuff on Facebook or on our blog or Twitter when we develop new features or new functions. So we're happy to find you there as well. And yes, apart from that, I say thank you for being with me for the last 45 minutes, and I hope you enjoy using Central Station CRM. Thank you very much. Take care.